So, hold on just 1 second. Before we get into the actual video, I kind of just needed to record this quick, asterisk towards the video itself. If you see what the video is about, you're probably like, but Apple, the crossplay beta is already out. And you're looking at me all types of crazy because I'm a little late on the situation. And I've even played the crossplay beta itself. But what ended up happening was, in the midst of me waiting to see if there would be any more news about the actual beta from the initial launch announcement, there was also some IRL stuff that happened, and it kept me from editing this right away. I still stick by a lot of my first impressions on what the crossplay beta is, so I wanted to still share this video for those purposes. Additionally, while, like I said, I have played the crossplay beta so far already, I've only done it from the PC perspective and heard feedback from one of our homies that was playing on console. I'd like to try it from the other perspective before I say too much about it from my own opinion, outside of what I've already said inside this video. But yeah, I wanted to put this in here though, so everybody kind of knew going forward in the video, and there wouldn't just be a wait, but that's already happened moment every time I say something. And if you continue watching, thank you so much for checking it out, and I hope you enjoy.
What's up, cereal bowls? It's your favorite crazy cereal, Insaneapplejackz. How are you all doing? Because I'm doing super duper chill. Hopefully you guys are doing well as well, because today we're here to talk about a news update from last week, so hopefully you guys are ready to hop right into it. So last week, as some of you might have heard, the OverWatch dev team dropped some big news, and today we're here to talk about it. If you follow Overwatch in any sense, then you probably already know the news that I'm talking about is the crossplay update. That's right, it's finally happening. Crossplay. Yeah, now, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that the update is happening, but man, does it feel like it's been a long time, over the expiration date type long here, because I'm just saying, this is of course because Overwatch came out in May 3rd of 2016 for PC, PS4, and Xbox when it originally dropped, and then later when it came out on the Nintendo, I think with the Nintendo Switch, I think that's October of 2019. So all except for the Switch, Overwatch has just hit its 5-year marker, and while 5 years in, crossplay has been a topic that surrounded Overwatch since the very beginning, so you can see why I say that it's way overdue. It's over that expiration date, my boy. Rather you were for it or against it. Okay, but before we cover opinions on this topic, let's talk about the announcement itself. So on June 9th of 2021, the Overwatch team made a post about the crossplay update, which currently doesn't have a set release date, though the post states soon, with the thought being that it'll come out sometime before the end of 2021, due to the post also stating, with the launch of the crossplay update, everyone who logs into Overwatch by the end of 2021 will receive a golden loot box to celebrate. Now, if you don't know what the golden loot box is and what it signifies, it's actually a legendary loot box that has a guaranteed legendary drop, as well as higher chances to drop other good rarities, so you can sit up here and get a nice payout for it, and it's honestly pretty cool that that's the incentive here. The update will link all platforms that you can play Overwatch on via Battle.net, and if you don't know what Battle.net is, that being Blizzard's service, which they host all their games through to begin with. So, console players who don't have a Battle.net have been instructed on how to create a Battle.net, as well as link it with their current console accounts if they want to participate in crossplay. That being said, from there, crossplay is opt-in from the sounds of it, because you have to enable it within your settings if you would like to participate in it. Where exactly inside of the settings it'll be, that's to be seen. I believe they said somewhere inside of the announcement itself where it would be in the settings, but as me and some buddies have found recently, you think settings are where they're supposed to be and where they sound logical, but they're not always there, and sometimes they just move, so I'm not even going to play like I know right now. So the way that they explained how it's going to work for crossplay players is you'll be paired with console-only lobbies if you're on a console until you party up with a PC player and vice versa. So it's pretty standard, and it'll be normal business as per usual unless you're opted into the system. This sounds somewhat similar to the early system that Rocket League had for its crossplay, where you could do PC lobbies with people if you matched up with a PC player. Now you might be wondering what modes are covered under crossplay. Well, as stated, quick play and arcade are the intended targets for crossplay, while competitive modes will remain separate based on their respective platforms. And additionally, while this update will cover crossplay, that doesn't include cross progression, in the same sense that Apex crossplay lacks said feature. So, you know. As far as this news goes, I have mixed feelings towards it. Like I stated at the start, the timing on this feels kind of odd as a whole. While crossplay is definitely something that has been wanted from the start, I feel like this wasn't a large priority in the dev cycle. They do cite crossplay being possible due to some of the updates to Battle.net itself, which, playing both PC and PS4, I've seen a lot of the recent changes to Battle.net, so it's believable, but it's just also interesting considering that you were able to link your Battle.net account to your system since the beginning, so it always felt like that was kind of a somewhat short-term plan versus a end-goal plan. Though, as someone who plays other cross-plat games such as Fortnite, it makes you wonder, could this have been handled faster? As in the 5-year period of Overwatch, we've had somewhat of a crossplay revolution. That's not to say that crossplay has become perfect, but you almost feel like something would have been said earlier due to that. As for game mode coverage, I've talked to a few buddies as the news broke, and some aren't happy that comp isn't being included. With the lack of comp, they feel like the crossplay aspect itself is lackluster, because originally that's the reason why a lot of people wanted it. To which I understand. A large part of crossplay is being able to play with who you want, how you want. So, on one hand, I get it. Though, at the same time, with some of these same people, we've had conversations about this and how you wouldn't want to be a team that was paired with the Switch player just due to the port of that in general, and other disadvantages you might get from being the team that got paired up with crossplay people. I feel like a happy medium for this would have been a crossplay competitive mode that was separate from current sets, to which this might create like an oversaturation in modes due to some being more popular than others. Though I feel like it would have given those who wanted this aspect what they wanted without hurting the current comp mode structure too much. Overall from this, I think my biggest annoyance is that cross progression is being treated separately. I feel like this wouldn't have been such a big deal had Overwatch been a fresh game and people didn't have accounts, but with a game that's 5 years old, with a player base that is either upgrading systems or moving platforms altogether, this is a pain in the ass. This being because you have accounts that have hundreds of hours of progress on them, you have limited time skins and other unlocks, and you even have cash that has been applied to those accounts. So for this to be an afterthought, it just really fucking bugs me, dude. So I hope that as they get closer to things, they have a better answer to cross progression as well as cross unlock in a form that looks out for longtime players. I guess my final thing for this one is, with Overwatch 2 in the works and slated for sometime in the next year, I do hope that as a whole they take a lot of the data from Overwatch 1 and from this crossplay beta and use it in a way to prevent this for Overwatch 2. But with all that being said, I'll catch you dudes at the end of the box. And we are back at the end of the box, where we just sat up here and finished another super duper amazing video. Thank you dudes so much for checking it out. I appreciate you guys for giving it the love despite this one being late, but you know, that's nothing new on this end. If you're new here, thank you so much for checking it out despite not knowing who I was. And if you sat up here and subscribed, thank you so much. Welcome to the Cerebral Nation, greatest nation on the internet. Hopefully I can provide you with your vitamins and nutrients for your entertainment breakfast. If you dudes aren't subscribed, you should think about hitting it, as well as possibly hitting that like button if you enjoyed it, because it gets it out to more people, or sharing it around if you know somebody that might enjoy this. If you're a returning dude, as always, thank you for giving it the consistent love that keeps me doing this on a semi-regular basis. If you want to comment on anything that I said during this video, or you just want to say hi, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you're looking for me outside of videos, there are the social media names on the screen currently, as well as a mega link down in the description for you to check out if you want to see what I do outside of this. Additionally, if you want more videos, there's currently a video on screen, as well as all the other content on the channel, which you can watch until I get the next thing up on this channel. But with all that being said, thank you dudes so much for checking this one out. Much, peace out, and that's a wrap.